Welcome to Milk Market Tidbit for the March Milk Production Report that the USDA released yesterday. This is Dr. Lawrence Jones, and I'm recording this on Thursday, April the 23rd. And I once again need to apologize for my voice because I've had quite a cold here for the last week or so. So the Milk Production Report is the first report we get of the month, and it kind of starts to give us an idea of how much milk is floating around here as well as the number of cows. This report actually had very little significant revisions, and in fact, the actual came in very similar to the typical as well as StoneX. One of the things I'm trying to incorporate into these reports is the amount of variance that comes in with an estimate, and when you consider the variance, and I'll show you that in a minute, there was no major changes. And we were up 2.3% year over year on milk production. So here are these cow numbers. So we've had a 62,000 cow gain in the last 4 months. But again, if you go back a year ago, we were up over 180,000 cows. So this is just an all-time record for cow numbers. Then we look at milk production. We've been on this long-term trend. Again, I'm just using the March data that's looking at the red dots there. But again, we are an all-time record high for total production on a daily basis. And normally we're going to expect this to continue up here for just another month or so as the spring flush continues into April at least. So it's talking about the standard deviation. So here is my estimate, about 20,456,000,000 with a standard deviation around 93 million. And where this came in is just on the lower side of that a little bit, but you need to be out, a full standard deviation before it can be considered statistically significant. Milk per cow has also been on a long-term trend now. We kind of broke out of that, and we're on a slower trend here. And a lot of people are considering the fact that we've got an older herd and holding cows on just to get the calves, so milk per cow may not be going up as much as it used to be. But again, this is an all-time record for March. Now, we had a slightly higher last year at this time for the end of the spring flush, but again, when we just consider March, this was an all-time record. So earlier in the week, we had the global dairy trade that was down a little bit. We had the advanced prices, and then on Friday, we'll get the cold storage report, which will be the next milk market tidbit.